Okay, so this is a CAT question 2017 slot one. Um, I will detail you a little bit on the modulus thing here. It's a concept that we discuss in very much details in our classes, because if you understand this concept, you can utilize in a lot of different problems that appear in CAT, SAT, etc. Now, I'll just start with that approach. It's a very simple idea. So suppose I have mod of a minus b. I can interpret this mod of a minus b in a lot of different ways. One way to do that is, let's say the line number, I put a value a arbitrarily wherever this point a lies. And let's say point b lies here. It doesn't matter which is on the left side and right sides. After all, a mod. This mod of a minus b will simply be the distance between these 2 points. You can evaluate this with some values. You can figure this out. That is what the meaning of this mod of a minus b is. It's the distance between these 2 points. So once you understand this, you can apply this idea in a lot of different problems. So let us apply this in this question. Now, excuse me, this question asks for the shortest distance of this point from the curve of this. Now, the important part is to understand how the curve will go. Now, the way we are going to derive the curve will be typically a little different from how in the books you will find the derivation of this curve. Now, I'll just show you a very simple method. You need to understand this in details once. So just bear with me. First of all, look at this part here, the part of this input. So the values of x here, wherever it is. Now, this mod of x minus 1 and mod of x plus 1. First of all, this mod of x minus 1, this 1 is a fixed point, right? This 1 is a fixed point, isn't it? And if you use this idea, you know that this is nothing but the distance between x and 1, isn't it? Now, similarly, mod of x plus 1, I'm just going to rewrite this as something like this. Now, it's the same thing, right? X plus 1 is as good as x minus minus 1, right? Now, again, this minus 1 is a fixed point, and now you can interpret this part using this idea again as a distance between x and minus 1. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some range of x, and I'm going to see what happens to y. Okay. Now check this out. I'll just point those critical points here, this 1 and this minus 1 in the line number. So I'm just going to point out these values on the line number. Now, because these are constant values, I can figure out which is on the left side and which is on the right side. Now, I'll start with the values of x on certain different regions. So my analysis is based on these three regions specifically, because that is what the 2 points on the line number is dividing the line number into, that many regions, right? So effectively, we are going to analyze on these three regions. It's very simple to analyze. Let's start with the middle one. So if I place this point x here, let's say, now, what does this mean? It's the distance between x and 1. What is the distance between x and 1? This much, right? This is the distance between x and 1. Again, if I consider the distance between x and minus 1, so that is this distance, right? So what does this tell us? See, this point lying between minus 1 and 1, where it lies, it is irrelevant now, right? Even if it lies here, it will be this distance plus this distance, effectively the distance between minus 1 and 1, right? So what we can conclude is, if x is lying anywhere from minus 1 to 1, because even if it lies on x, it's the same thing, isn't it? This distance will be counted. Minus 1 distance is 0. So effectively, it will simply be the distance between minus 1 and 1, the value of y, that is. So for x being anywhere here, the value of y is constant at 2, right? Now, I'm not going to too much of analysis. That is not required from the perspective of the question anyhow. Just understand one very basic idea. If I put the value of x somewhere on the right of 1, now again interpret these two things. So mod of x minus 1, that is the distance between x and 1, will be this distance, isn't it? And mod of x minus minus 1 will be this entire distance. Now what happened? See, this distance is anyhow counted. That was this 2, right? So this distance of 2 is anyhow counted. But additionally to it, we are counting this distance twice, isn't it? Just check the number of lines that we have in blue color, because we are simply adding the distances, right? So once we add the distance, this distance as well as this distance gets added up. So this distance is adding by two times, right? Now, from the perspective of the question, I don't care about how much it is increasing by. If you have a fair bit of understanding, and if you understand those basic ideas of increase and decrease among the lines, so that what I mean by that is slope. So if you understand that much, you will understand it automatically. But what I'll do is I'll just write this as greater than 2 for x greater than 1. So if x is anything greater than 1, so x is on the right side of 1, I hope you can see that. So the value of y is greater than 2, right? So that is all we need to do. You can do the same analysis on the left hand side of -1. I'm not showing this in details in this video, but you can do the same analysis. If you put it here, I'm showing this a bit quickly, you'll again see that the distance is greater. I mean, the sum of the distances is greater than 2, right? So effectively, we can also say that if x is less than -1 on the left side of -1, then the y value is again greater than 2, right? The sum of the distance is more than 2. Now let us base our analysis on this table. So now that we have understood this, let us draw a rough graph. I'm not going to draw an exact one, just a rough graph. Now check this out. When x is anywhere from +1 to -1, so let's say this point is x1 and this point is x -1. The value of the y on the graph should always be 2, right? So the value would always be 2 in this range from -1 to +1. Now, whenever x is more than 1 and x is less than -1, so x beyond this point, so I'm considering this point to be 1, 0, and this point to be -1, 0. So x is anywhere greater than 1 or less than -1, the y value increases, right? However it increases, we don't care. Now, this is how ideally, roughly speaking, the graph will look like. Now, what are we looking for? So this question will not be very complicated. Just understand this is from the perspective of cat. Now, the shortest distance of the point from half comma 1. What is the meaning of half comma 1? This is the x value and this is the y value, right? So when x is half, it is actually in this range, isn't it? So if x is half, it should lie somewhere here, and because of that y1, I've done this together. So x half is somewhere here and y1 is somewhere here. So this point is somewhere here, half comma 1, right? Now if you check this thing, the minimum distance will be a perpendicular distance to this part of the graph, right? And that is very simple, because if you check this out, I mean, this point, if you remember, that was y equal to 2, right? So this is 0, 2. This point corresponds to 0, 1. So this distance, the required distance here, is simply the distance between 1 and 2, and that is 1 unit. So the answer for this question is 1 unit. So what I wanted to show is you can, I mean, those who have an idea of this kind of graph, you will know what this graph is that has a name as well. I'm not mentioning that in this video, but then but the way typically we derive this, it's a little different. The reason I showed this is because this idea of this line number of lines that we are doing is sum of distances. This can be useful in a lot of these type of questions. So I hope that you can utilize this. This will be as a solution to this video. I've shot it in a manner that this will be uploaded as a solution to the CAT paper that we're going to upload, as well as this will be uploaded as a separate video on YouTube. So if you are actually watching this on YouTube, then please go through this properly and try to apply this idea in a lot of different problems. Because this is something we anyhow do it in the classes. If one of our students are watching this video, they'll understand. So this idea has been very well explained in our actual lessons. So if you like the video, do click on the like button and share it among your friends. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon if you are watching this on YouTube. And if you are interested to, understand these things in a very basic way. So it's a very reasoning oriented way to understand this, right? You don't have to remember and mug up too many things. So if you like these kind of training, then you can take the trial in the video which will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. I will leave the description and everything. Anyhow, coming back to the analysis part of this particular question, so it depends. It depends on a lot of factors. I mean, how you are arriving at that graph, how you are figuring out then onwards. But the ideal time that should take to solve this question is somewhere in the range of 1 to 1.5 minutes. So if you have solved it in this range, very good. If not, just try to understand this approach and then try to inculcate in different other problems of the same manner. You should be able to do this, but then limit yourself to cat only. Don't try any random question, because something which is relevant to some other exam might not be relevant to CAT, XAT, and these other management entrance tests. Anyhow, so if you are watching this on YouTube, this is also a solution video to the CAT papers that we have uploaded in our website. I'll leave that link as well. You can take the entire paper separately for quant, separately for LRDI, separately for VA for this particular slot, as well as the other slots that we have already uploaded. So I'll leave the link in the description. That is absolutely free of cost. You can take that out. Each of the questions will have solutions and everything. And if you like the video, do share it, and also comment on the comment below if you have any queries related to this. So thank you for watching.